Imagine tying the knot with the love of your life, only to have your world turned upside down just months into your marriage. This is the harsh reality for Samuel, who after a 7-year relationship finally married the love of his life, Ophelia. Within 6 months, Ophelia committed the worst sin a woman could commit against her husband. She had been unfaithful. As Samuel dug further into the truth, what he found was truly shocking. His revelations plunged him into an emotional maelstrom, torn between his deep love for Ophelia and his utter contempt for her betrayal. Keep watching to find out exactly why Ophelia threw her marriage down the drain mere months after promising to commit to Samuel for the rest of her life. Samuel and Ophelia's story began when they met at a party. It was there that their mutual friend, sensing a potential match, introduced them. The introduction led to an evening of competitive drinking between the two, a drunken cab ride back to Samuel's house, and a night of messy, intoxicated passion. They kept in contact, and in the following weeks they fell into a friends with benefits arrangement. Eventually, that arrangement transformed into an exclusive relationship, and they became an official couple. Samuel had a thoughtful and measured approach to life when he wasn't drinking. He was drawn to Ophelia's vibrant and adventurous spirit. Their conversations flowed seamlessly from lighthearted banter to deep introspective discussions, revealing an intellectually and emotionally stimulating connection. As their relationship blossomed, they embraced the challenges and joys of bringing their families together. Samuel, already a father of 2 from his previous marriage, brought a level of patience and understanding to the relationship. His experience as a parent had taught him the importance of stability and compassion, qualities that Ophelia, a single mother to her own child, greatly admired and shared. After 2 years of dating, Samuel and Ophelia moved into a house together, and their 2 families combined to form one. The children gradually adapted to the new family dynamic, finding comfort in the loving and supportive environment Samuel and Ophelia worked hard to create. In their professional lives, both Samuel and Ophelia were driven and ambitious. Still, they also faced their own set of challenges. Ophelia's demanding job in a high-pressure corporate environment often left her grappling with stress, contributing to her struggles with mental health. Samuel's career, though stable, required a delicate balance between work and family life, a challenge he met with resilience and dedication. As they settled into their life together, the issue of heavy drinking emerged subtly at first, beginning as a social activity but gradually becoming a coping mechanism for stress and unaddressed issues in their lives. This reliance on alcohol started to strain their relationship, overshadowing the strong foundation they had built together. Regardless, the two pressed on with their lives, until Samuel decided to take the next step and propose to Ophelia. She was ecstatic and happily agreed to marry him, so after 7 years together, they finally became husband and wife. 4 months later, Samuel's entire world came crashing down around him. It began with a series of subtle changes in Ophelia's behavior, unexplained absences, guardedness with her phone, and a general emotional distance. Uncharacteristic of the woman he knew, his suspicions grew, leading him to look through her phone one evening while she slept. There, he found a series of messages. The painful truth laid bare. Ophelia had been unfaithful. The texts revealed a one-night stand during a recent girls' night out. She had hooked up with a stranger, someone she met at the bar, and gone home with him that night. She had told Samuel that she was staying at her friend's house, a lie that her friend happily backed up. But the betrayal didn't end there. Ophelia had also engaged in a 3-month-long affair with a colleague from her workplace. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. Samuel also found evidence of Ophelia's flirtatious exchanges with another man on Facebook. This connection hinted at the possibility of further infidelity. Samuel found a group chat between Ophelia, her friend, the guy she was flirting with on Facebook, and the co-worker she had slept with. Samuel was devastated not only by Ophelia's physical betrayals, but also by her emotional disloyalty. In the group chat, Ophelia had been candidly expressing her dissatisfaction with her marriage, critiquing everything from Samuel's parenting style, which she found too strict, to her supposedly mundane and boring sex life with him. She portrayed herself as trapped and unfulfilled, seeking validation for cheating on Samuel from the group members, who were happy to encourage her and actively doing so. This revelation of Ophelia's private grievances and disrespect for their relationship, shared with strangers, deepened Samuel's sense of betrayal far beyond the physical affair she had engaged in. Samuel confronted Ophelia about her infidelity and laid bare the evidence he had found on her phone, including the hurtful comments from the group chat. He was furious, and Ophelia was initially taken aback by the confrontation but quickly shifted from surprise to a defensive stance. She tried to justify her actions, saying she was neglected and dissatisfied in their marriage. However, as Samuel expressed his deep sense of betrayal and the pain caused by her actions, Ophelia's defenses began to crumble. She broke down in tears, admitting to her mistakes in the affair. In her heartfelt plea to Samuel, Ophelia expressed deep remorse for her infidelity. Acknowledging the pain she caused and the grave mistake she had made, she committed to making substantive changes in her behavior, including more open and honest communication, and emphasized her willingness to seek professional counseling to address their issues. Even though she made these commitments, she also made excuses about her emotional vulnerabilities that led to her actions. Samuel was uncertain about what to do next. He was overwhelmed by a mix of emotions and considerations that prevented him from immediately demanding a divorce. Despite his deep hurt and betrayal, he still loved her. He had invested 7 years of his life into this relationship. He also thought of their kids. The well-being of their blended family weighed heavily on him. Samuel hoped he and Ophelia might address the underlying issues and repair their relationship. He also reflected on his own contributions to their relationship dynamics, including their shared struggle with heavy drinking. It was a tough situation to be in. The thing that ultimately convinced him was when Ophelia said that she really didn't enjoy the affair with her co-worker, and that the one-night stand with the stranger from the bar only happened because of how intoxicated she was, and she didn't even remember it. Samuel felt like there was still a chance for them to reconcile. In the end, they agreed to seek couples counseling to address the root causes of their strained relationship and Ophelia's infidelity. She committed to honest communication with an open phone policy and to go to therapy. Samuel asked her to cut off all contact with the people in the group chat, to which she agreed. Alongside this, they both decided to stop their heavy drinking, recognizing its negative impact on their marriage. 4 months later, things had yet to improve. They only attended counseling for 2 weeks before Ophelia refused to go anymore. She said she didn't like the counselor and that she was unprofessional. Samuel knew it was only because the therapist didn't take Ophelia's side. After that, Ophelia refused to talk about anything to do with her cheating. She wanted to sweep it all under the rug and continue as if nothing happened. Samuel tried to bring the topic up a few times and was constantly cut off short. Samuel was also frustrated that their sex life was now almost non-existent, and when it did happen, it felt like they were going through the motions. Ophelia had always been selfish in the bedroom, and when he brought it up, she said she was lazy and couldn't be bothered. Her blasé admittance was especially hurtful because he had seen the text between her and the other men, and she was anything but lazy when it came to the filthy things they were saying to each other. Samuel told her he wanted to go back to counseling. Ophelia said no. He asked her if she'd been in contact with her friend, and she admitted she had. Samuel didn't like her friend. She was a bad influence and also cheated on her husband. She had even suggested to Ophelia that she and the other 2 guys in the group chat should all get together for a foursome. As far as Samuel knew, Ophelia had never been into the idea, so he supposed that was one good thing. Samuel had doubts that his marriage and relationship with Ophelia could be saved. Even though he still loved her and remembered how good things used to be between them, he just wanted to get on with his life. He felt anger towards himself for being pathetic and weak. He felt humiliated by Ophelia's actions and what she said in the group chat to other people. He never told anyone in his life about what happened. As far as anyone else knew, he was still in a happy, fulfilling marriage, but he also knew that if this had happened to any of his friends, he'd be the first one to tell them to leave their cheating spouses in the dust. Samuel decided to stay in a broken marriage for various reasons. Still, he wished he could fall out of love with Ophelia and leave. He felt terribly damaged and knew he would forever have trust issues. Thanks to the woman who was meant to be the one person he could rely on, he never expected after 7 years in a strong, loving relationship with Ophelia that once they got married, it would all come crashing down within the first 6 months. And yet, he still loved her and was willing to move past that hurdle to try to make things work. What do you all think about Samuel's decision to stay with Ophelia? The chances of them coming through this unscathed are pretty low, right? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for investing your time in today's video. If this content resonated with you and you're eager to explore more stories of infidelity, subscribe and hit that like button. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, take care.